I did see that you guys just got back from Australia. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we spent 5 days down under.
No one looks this good after coming back from Australia. I know what you're thinking.
What does that mean?
It's a joke because we look like shit. But I guess we've never experienced. I think that like jet lag is something like it's like a panic attack. It's like until you have one, it sounds like a joke, you know. And I think that, you know, at least my whole life, it's like I just got back from Australia. I have the worst jet lag. I'm always like great, but now experiencing it, it's not even just like a tired thing. It's like a mental disconnection, and it's really fascinating. And Nate seems to be oddly immune, but Andrew and I are just like on another. We're way out of our element.
I had it in Japan and Australia, but it's because my body never adjusted. So as soon as I got back to the States, I was totally cool. Plus, we were there, and our like Some Nights was the #1 song, which was insane. And so I was up all night partying and celebrating all of that stuff. So I was so worn out by the time I got home. That's not true.
Yeah, we were like I was woken up in the middle of the night, and I went outside poolside of the hotel, and Nate was on the diving board, and people were chanting, "Nate, Nate, some nights, Nate, Nate, some nights." And I said, "Nate, get down there. Think about the jet lag," and he didn't.
Did you go down and were you on the rooftop yelling "You're a golden god" and stuff like that?
He said, "I can't use on the rooftop yelling. I can't believe Some Nights is a single. It has no chorus."
I say that a lot.
Where were you guys for the Super Bowl? Did you have like a big party for the debut of your song on the Super Bowl commercial?
Yeah, the Super Bowl. We Jack and I watched it together in his parents' living room, and Nate wasn't there. I don't know where you were.
I was at my apartment rooting for the Giants, and they won.
Were you rooting for yourself though? Because that's kind of a big deal.
I didn't. I thought we had sort of like an underdog situation. So I thought like it's going to be cool when our song is on a commercial, but like, you know, no one's jumping on a tightrope or no like wearing super short shorts and big funny glasses like the guys in LMFAO, you know, like, and they were playing a song too. We were just like in a car commercial. So I was like, this is really cool that people are going to hear it, and then to kind of see what happened right afterwards was. Yeah, we kind of won the Super Bowl that day, during the Super Bowl.
So today at 4:45 on the Google Play stage, we're not going to see short shorts and Speedos.
Short shorts right now.
Those are pretty short.
Yeah.
This is about as short as they get.
What can we expect for a fun show?
Festivals they're like a really cool thing, because when we have our own shows and people buy a ticket to come to see us, they've paid money just to see us, and that gives us a certain license to, you know, put on like a really broad show and make it all about us. And I think that there's like a weird straddling of offenses when you're at a festival. On one hand, you're playing to a lot of people that aren't just your fans, so you want to go really big and do a great show. But then on the other hand, you also want to like be a part of it all. Like we don't see this as like coming in and like stealing the show. We see this as like being a part of something great. You know, it's really cool to be here with the bands that inspire us to write songs in the first place, and that has to translate onto the stage.
I like to think of a festival like a buffet, and you do run the risk of getting sick at a buffet. And I like to think that we're kind of like I think we're like the cheese pizza. If it works, you don't really run the risk of getting sick too much. It might not be that bad.
On this pizza.
There's no prawns on the pizza. What's that?
It depends on the buffet.
Well, no, it's like an all-out buffet. It's like
usually at like a Chinese buffet, they'll usually sneak like a pizza in.
Yeah, we're a bit like the pizza.
Yeah, that actually, I like that analogy, because it's like, it's not necessarily what you came for, but when you see it, you're kind of like, oh, maybe I'll have another one.
And you won't get sick from it.
Everyone likes pizza.
Yeah. It's just cheese pizza.
Wastoids,
really
losers. Deep. Everyone likes pizza.
Cool.
A hot, fresh pizza.
Why don't you guys talk about Some Nights, the song?
I think it's like this has been the funnest part of I suppose what this last 6 months since the album has come out. This has been the most exciting part, because I think the We Are Young thing, it was insane that it did what it did, but at the same time it felt like it was a song that could do something like that. Some Nights to us, I think that's a song that's very dear to us, is even more so as artists, and not just like this doesn't seem like a song for everybody necessarily. And so for a song with no chorus to actually do what it's been doing is like that's cool. That's cooler than anything. And I don't know if it is going to get better than this. So I'm just going to try and just enjoy it as much as possible.
What do you have planned next? Are you going to continue to write kind of these, even though you say Some Nights doesn't necessarily have the chorus, they're both very anthemic songs. Like they're songs that everyone can relate to, that everyone can sing along. Are you going to continue to go down that path?
Yeah, no, I don't. This album was just, it was a moment, and it was really special, and I'd rather just try and not be too aware of what it's going to be. This felt, there wasn't any thought process like, oh my gosh, these songs are anthemic. They were just the songs that were written at the time. Next album, it could be something completely different. It's best to just kind of let inspiration take over when it needs to and not force the issue.